Hello and welcome to all you Sagittarians. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for October 2014. And let's have a look. Let's have a look at what the astrology or what the planets are doing. And for you in particular, for you Sagittarians. It's eclipse time and it's also Mercury retrograde time. And actually those two things are happening in the same areas of life, in the same spots, you could say. It's a very big emphasis on Aries and Libra. And for you Sagittarians, it's not that stressful because the fire signs are really favored here with a beautiful fiery energy between Mars in your sign for approximately the whole month still, October, and then Uranus in a fellow fire sign, and also Jupiter in a fellow fire sign. So for the eclipse is all about breaking free. This one, I mean, there's a lunar eclipse, moon in Aries at 15 degrees. So if you have planets in Sagittarius around 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 degrees, then you will feel it mostly. And this eclipse, so it's a full moon in particular. You could say a lunar eclipse in Aries is already very about liberating oneself. But this one is just a little bit more than that. It's a wake-up call, and it's a freeing up of old patterns. That's the theme for all of us. And for you, this is happening in a very pleasant house as well. In two pleasant houses, the 5th versus the 11th house, which is the house of your self-expression, which is the 5th house is a fellow fire house. It's about how you present yourself, how you express yourself. Not how you present, but how you express yourself. What do you think is important to express? And so the theme is very much Uranus that comes together with the moon and opposes Venus and the sun. Now what does it mean? It means two things. First of all, the moon Uranus is important, and then Venus opposite the moon is very important as well, and indirectly opposite Uranus. Now what does all this Latin mean? Because I know that some people don't know a lot about astrology and say, hey, talk a bit in normal English, please. Well, this simply means that people that are, and we all are confronted with it, I think, that are confronted with discontentment at some levels, and because of ambivalent feelings. And with ambivalency, I mean that you can need a particular thing but wanting something else at the same time, and that carries along the energy that is quite complex, stressful as well. So wherever it is, and for you Sagittarians, it has to deal with your expression of yourself versus the group, versus friends, for instance, or versus your goals for the future. So I don't think it's a negative thing at all for Sagittarians. On the contrary, the positive side of this eclipse, of this energy, is you breaking free, you being able to express yourself way better, because the moon is your needs, and it's in the 5th house there of the need of self-expression, and that you break yourself free from this so that it no longer has the tension that you need to justify yourself amongst friends, amongst peers, amongst what you want to do in life for the rest of your life, for instance, or what do you want to do in the future. So bringing those two together is what the Sagittarians are going to do. So and it can mean, that's very, very general. For others it can mean romance, it can mean that they really have a need to break free, to feel very free in a new romance, for instance, and therefore they come into opposition with their friends or with their aspirations for the future. But this call or this energy is really calling for looking at the core of your needs. And of course, always but I don't have to explain that to a Sagittarians, always in accord with your higher self and with your higher best self, you could say, or with God if you believe in God, or with the universe. So it's a really spiritual month, you could say. It's not just breaking free of something, but breaking free of patterns that were very old and that are no longer suiting you, but you know very well what it's all about, because Mercury is retrograde in your 11th. So it can mean that you are really going to shift maybe your work, that you're going to do something completely different, or that you are going to have new aims for the future. So let's say a while ago you wanted to do this, and now it's going to be the opposite. So this is what could happen with this energy. But it's energy that is opening yourself up. It's opening, it's very, when you are a Sagittarian that says, I have been feeling stuck for a long time, this is the month of breaking yourself free. You need to do it yourself, of course, but you breaking free because of this tension. What an opposition always is, it's tension. But the good thing of an opposition is that it forces people to break free towards more, in your case, more what your heart tells you. But of course, as I said, always in connection to your higher self or to the universe or God. So what a month it is for Sagittarians. Is very Sagittarian kind of month. And it also, as the Mercury goes retrograde in that 11th house, so it's a good time also for Sagittarians to spend a lot of time of communicating with other people, with like-minded people, with friends, but also if you are in a business, your own business, communicating, PR, networking, all of that is favored here. But you're probably going to do it in a different way. You're probably not going to do that the same way as you used to do so. So I think it's pretty cool, pretty good for Sagittarians. If you want a bit more in depth about these eclipses, go and watch my other video that I have put here below. And the solar eclipse, which is just a partial eclipse, so that's why I don't mention too much about it, but that is in your 12th house around the 23rd, but it's not bang on the 23rd. You will feel it already through the whole month, and that means that there is some new beginnings of cleaning up with the old patterns in order for you to go to the new patterns. So thank you again for watching. Wishing you all the best, you Sagittarians and fellow Sagittarians, as I have a Sagittarians rising myself. And see you next month. Bye bye.